It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way. We got you. Not a chance.
You unlock this door with a simple registration. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of memes. A dimension of trolls. A dimension of morons. You are moving into a dimension of both factual and unfactual information, of rumours and hopes. You just crossed over into the Twitter fanboy zone. Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. What a weird year 2023 has been so far. It's not going well for PlayStation. I'm just going to come out and say it. It's just not going well for PlayStation. Well, at least their fans. They're having a major breakdown recently. There's been so many things just affecting them mentally and emotionally. Very emotionally. They're very emotionally attached to this plastic console, the PlayStation 5. And it's really affecting their feelings inside. I mean, we've had massive outbursts about, as you all know, the E.G.G deal, especially from people like Woolly Gamer.
You know, the idea of a mega corporation, they're all too quick to shit on, I don't know, like freaking what's his face who bought Twitter, because he's super rich. He's a wealthy, rich white man.
Come here. Mwah! You're taking this very personal. Tom, this is business, and this man is taking it very, very personal.
And it's like, well, fucking look at Microsoft, dude. They could have solved world hunger like 3 times over with that deal for Activision. And you're fucking cheerleading this shit. They could have built 15 of them tunnels that connect Scandinavia to Germany.
Patrick, can you shut the fuck up?
And the aftermath of that waffle bollocks was the PlayStation Showcase, which was absolutely awful. But unfortunately, once again, the Xbox turned up, didn't they? They turned up and showed decent games. They showed first-party games. Yeah, first-party games. Imagine that. Imagine having a showcase, having your own showcase and showing your own games that you're actually working on and making, and then telling you when they're going to come out. Because Sony just completely forgot to make games. Just skipped their mind. Completely forgot that they just released the console, PlayStation 5, and it should be releasing games at this point. Well, they should be at least making them and showing their gamers them. Not that they care, they will cap anyway, they will defend Sony regardless. Sony could just come out and say, yep, we've got nothing. Yeah, we don't care about you, we just want your money. They would still cap for that. So, well, good on you, Sony. Here's just my account details, just take my money. PlayStation fans are that delirious. Just like this Corey Moriarty, prior, as we all know, caps exclusives, like PlayStation fans always done. Capped exclusives, straight off the showcase, completely flip-flopped.
I think good games are everything. What and if you're a fan of an ecosystem that thinks that, then what are you a fan of? It's about culture. And it's actually really important because it shows that the culture isn't bringing anything mega positive to their output. It makes you wonder why anyone would want them to buy Activision. It's kind of like we're losing. We're going to lose. We have competitors that are incredibly high quality, which he said, in Nintendo and in Sony. And it's just, we got to go in a different direction. And I think he's right about all of that, except for the fact that I think it all centers around awesome games. Imagine the situation Xbox would be in if they had The Last of Us, if they had God of War, if they had Horizon. That wouldn't change anything. Are you kidding? That's what it comes all down to. It's like, how can you say something like that when if you transpose your entire catalog with your competitor and put that shit on Game Pass, you guys would be murdering them. This is a really important point. People are like, who cares? Xbox is making money and Microsoft's making more money than ever off them or whatever. And I'm like, guys, what are you rooting for? Are you rooting for the corporate health of a company, or are you rooting for video games to play?
A few moments later.
who cares if a game's exclusive or not? I don't know why people are so obsessed with this.
Ooh, that's a
There were
big
30,
thing.
there were
Careful.
34 games. There
All
were
right,
34 games
careful.
that, like I said,
I'm with you on that. But here's
people
the
are like,
thing.
"Oh, who cares about Marathon if it's going to be on Xbox? Who cares about Assassin's Creed Mirage? Who cares about Alan Wake 2? Who cares about Dragon's Dogma 2?" I don't. I'm like, I don't really care who makes it. I don't understand what this obsession is where the game only matters if it comes from first or second party. And while I understand people being disappointed in it, I'm sorry, Kaga.
No, I can finish.
No, you're good. We good.
While I understand people being disappointed in that, Sony, and maybe it's just because I'm in the weeds and and I do this professionally, and so I have this stuff going through my head all the time.
And I'm shocked these kind of people have such an audience. I just don't get how they have such big followings when they're quite openly live, are quite openly and happy to sort of just flip like that, just flip-flop, just for corporations. He talks about people, why are you concerned about corporation, what they do? But he literally is just changing his own morals and decisions. His decision making is based on what Sony tell him to do, basically, what Sony offer him, and he will just switch left and right based on that. And it's funny because now we're going to go on to this Starfield. They're still under the impression Starfield could go to PlayStation, and they're really hating on it because they're not. They're really upset. They're really broken inside the Bethesda, the Xbox Bethesda. So we're going to go into Starfield now. So they're still under the impression that Starfield will go to PlayStation because it won't survive without PlayStation. But we got Colin Moriarty, who literally just said he's in the weeds and he does this professionally. Just to categorically declare for posterity, Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 will all be on PlayStation 5 at the same time they'll come to other platforms. This guy's professional. He's in the weeds, apparently.
This castle is in unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
So they've had a really bad time at the moment with claims such as this. This is a massive reach. Factions. He really thinks Factions will release before Starfield. We've got an actual date for Starfield. Factions, I've not even seen a screenshot of the game yet. So, this kind of desperate reach. We've also got PlayStation gamers have also been petitioning for the game. They want the game to be on PlayStation. Yeah. It's wild. Oh, this is a good one. We've had PlayStation fans going on to Metacritic and review bombing Starfield. Review bombing the game that's not out for 3 months. Review bombing the game they've not played. They're just going on there and giving it scores of 0 because they're upset. They're emotionally broken people. And all of this isn't just from minnows. Isn't just from the nobodies. We've had big YouTubers coming out and just going on the offensive, attacking Xbox, attacking Starfield, doing their best to just downplay it and rubbish the game off, because at the end of the day, PlayStation fans hate gaming and they hate anything that's not PlayStation. So like Dreamcast guy has been just slandering and hating on Starfield since it's been shown, and embarrassed himself when he went onto Twitter and started slandering the game and the performance of the game that he's not played, or it's not even released yet. And a Santa Monica developer come out and shot him down. Dreamcast's response was just delete the tweet and run. He went, oh, okay, sorry, deleted his tweet, ran away, like he does so often. Absolute fool. Absolute. Once again, how do these people have a soapbox? How do these people have an audience? Why do people tune into these guys? It's incredible. You wouldn't tune in, you wouldn't pay attention to. These are the kind of people you walk down the road, you get some drunk walking down the street, just mumbling to himself. You wouldn't go up to him and start paying attention, going, really? What did you say? What? It's going to do well tomorrow? Really? Oh, I'm going to pack my bags and get the kids ready. We'll start praying. I got nothing. I really have this. As I said, it's not just the minnows. We've also got this moron that's just come out of the shadows from nowhere. It's a shit like this.
Could Starfield end up being a timed exclusive? I know this seems crazy. I've gotten a lot of pushback on this theory, but I think there are a lot of recent developments that point to the possibility of this being the plan all along. Not necessarily related to the Activision deal, but I do think that may push this becoming a concession from Xbox. But
Go out of your motherfucking mind, man!
I just don't get it, because for decades, as I said, ages, for years, they've been demanding that Xbox competes.
They've demanded that Xbox has exclusives, and now Xbox starts to compete, starts locking down exclusives. It's sort of just frazzled their brains. It's like, is this really going to be exclusive? Is it still going to come to PlayStation though? Xbox isn't really going to have exclusives, because that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair if Xbox had exclusives. Only Sony can have them. This game's coming to PlayStation, right? They can't comprehend Xbox is now locking games off of Sony. Big games now. They can't comprehend now that they pushed Sony. Jim pushed Microsoft. Sony pushed Microsoft. The gamers pushed Microsoft. Demanded, pleaded, done petitions. The media at them, at the ankles continuously. Needs exclusives. Nobody wants your console doesn't have exclusives. Exclusives. Microsoft compete. Microsoft put their hands in their pockets. And now we're getting this. Now we are getting, they demand these games be on PlayStation because they are the most entitled, toxic fan base that I've ever known to exist. Probably across all platforms. Probably across anything. Probably across even sports and anything. I can't believe how entitled and childish and mentally deranged these people are. You can literally show them facts and they will refuse to see it. They will blindly just ignore it. They will just blank it out. You can show them literal words and they will not read them. They will ignore them or sort of interpret. You can see why religion's such a danger, can't you? You can see how religion is so badly interpreted and people just do stuff and go, but the Bible says this. It doesn't say any of that in the Bible, no. Yeah, it does. This is how I interpret this. This is a problem with things being interpreted wrongly, or just people not caring and just don't want to just believe what they want to believe. And that is fundamentally the problem with the human race. So I'm going to leave it here because I mean it's pretty much self-explanatory. You've seen the hard evidence. These people are demanding Xbox games still go to PlayStation. It's not going to happen. It's a thing you created. It's a scenario that you created yourselves, PlayStation fans, and you're going to have to live with it for a very long time. We've got the whole ABK thing going on at the moment. It's not going to end well for you. That's why I'm just going to drop this here and follow up with a video I made, which is just a reminder of the situation you put yourselves in. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for sharing, subbing, and liking. And goodbye for now.
I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard, always taking constant care not to break something, to break someone. Never allowing myself to lose control, even for a moment, or someone could die. But you can take it, can't you, big man? What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am.